What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I want to go over some truths about trading, some misconceptions and things that some of you may not want to hear but you need to hear. And I'm going to be real, raw, and uncut with you guys because I love every single one of you at the end of the day. My advice is not to hurt you, and if anything that I say offends you, it's most likely meant for you. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Colt Mosdef. I would definitely recommend hitting that subscribe button. I have a ton of other videos based around trading coming out and that have already came out that will benefit you guys. I also am on Instagram, so if you guys want to connect with me there, I am very, very active on Instagram. Would definitely recommend shooting me a follow. And if you guys are looking for one-on-one mentorship, you want someone to really guide you towards success in this industry, I would love to be your mentor. You can book a call with me, the link in the description, and on that call we'll just see if we're a good fit to work with each other. Now, without further ado, let's get into the truths. So the first thing that a lot of traders think is that they can do it on their own. And I really want to dig deep with you guys on this topic because when I go and try and learn a new skill, I can go and do it on my own. And I can waste hundreds, if not thousands of hours trying to learn this skill all on my own. And I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. And it's not like that's a bad thing. Like, if you guys want to do it on your own, completely fine. But I value my time. And the thing that you guys don't understand, and this isn't speaking directly towards anyone. I don't want you guys to think that I'm attacking you or anything like that. I'm literally just speaking the things that I had to go through. When I first came into the industry and I ignored the advice of getting a mentor, it was really stressful for me. When I would go and make a mistake, the reason as to why that mistake was made was not clear to me. I didn't understand the end result and why that end result had come to that specific end result. And it just really beat me down to a point where I started to question very, very early on, is trading legit? Does trading actually work? Are these people on the internet, are they just frauds that are portraying a lifestyle that they don't really have? Like, is there really a possibility to make money in this industry? I would ask myself those questions because I was so ignorant that I didn't want to learn from someone else because I felt like I would be belittled or that would hurt my ego. And at the end of the day, ego, the acronym for ego is edging God out. You're basically saying, I can do it on my own. I don't need anyone's help. And sure, you can do that. But you can go and waste 10 years. And the thing that you guys need to understand is time is a very, very valuable asset. You all should value time over money at any given minute in your life. And I went through this whole episode of just wasting a whole year trying to do it on my own. I was like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. I'd see some success, then I'd lose the money, then I'd see some success, I'd lose it. And it got to the breaking point. And that's what happens. We as humans, we change once we have experienced enough pain. That's what happened. I got to the breaking point where I was just so sick and tired of losing money, so sick and tired of the pain that I felt from a specific action that I had to go through on my own. And I was causing that pain on myself. And I don't want a lot of you to have to go through the same thing that I did, where it eventually gets to a point where you have had so much pain caused from your trading mistakes that you throw in the towel and you say that trading doesn't work. The cool thing that we have is we have proof in the pudding that trading does work. There are very, very successful men and women in this world that have conquered the markets and they have reaped the benefits. They have seen massive success. This isn't just like learning a sport. This isn't learning how to cook, something very minuscule and small that's actually pretty easy to do. when it comes to trading, we are dealing with the brightest minds in the entire world. Every single time you guys get on the charts, dude, you're fighting against the biggest, smartest people in the world. So that was something that I didn't want to admit to myself, is that I needed help. And nobody wants to admit that. It's like an alcoholic. An alcoholic goes through this pain and suffering in their life, and they don't want to admit that they truly need someone else. And it's not a bad thing. That's just being vulnerable. And vulnerability is a very amazing attribute to have in your life. It's okay to admit that you need help. Because if some of you were to come to me and send me a message saying, hey, Cole, I've been trying to trade on my own for the past years and it just hasn't worked. I feel so much anger and I just don't know if trading is legit. I would respect you 10 times more versus if you were to send me a message saying trading doesn't work. Because the way that we build strong relationships with one another as human beings is actually by being vulnerable, expressing our true self. And authenticity is one of the highest frequencies that you guys can operate in your life. So when you're real, when you're vulnerable, it shows the other person like, hey, I'm letting down my guard. I trust that what I'm telling you, you're going to really take it seriously and you're going to be the one to help me out. And I've had to be vulnerable so many times in my life, and it hurt my ego. But at the end of the day, you don't need the ego. Screw the ego. That's setting you guys so far back from where you need to be in your life. I'm going to tell you guys a story, and this is why I believe that being authentic and vulnerable really does bond, and it makes it so much easier to have a really fulfilling relationship with another person. And this can go into your trading, in your everyday life, and a lot of the things that you guys are doing in your everyday life, your trading results are a reflection of how you really operate in this world. But there was this one time that I had a buddy of mine that was staying with me, and I was busy, I was doing my thing, and I didn't want him in my house when I was gone. So there's one night when I was out super late, I was kind of doing my thing, and he was waiting outside for me. He was waiting outside for hours for me to get home so I could let him in the house and we could chill. And I decided that I wanted to go have fun and hang out with my other friends and go eat food and do whatever I was doing instead of making sure he was taken care of. And eventually I went home and we were sitting in the house, and he was telling me like how it made him feel with all the things that I did that night. And the old me was kind of like, dude, screw you. I don't give a crap about your feelings. Like, I don't care what you have to say, bro. I'm the one in control. Like, this is my crib. I wanted to say those things. And that's ego talking. And instead, I listened to him. And this is something that a lot of you need to work on. You need to listen to understand and not listen to respond. Too many people, they listen to respond to get their point of view because they want to be on top. But as I was listening to my friend tell me about the pain and how my actions made him feel a certain way, I acknowledged and I said, I was like, Gabe, I'm really sorry for doing that. It honestly wasn't okay, and I can see exactly where you're coming from, and in the future, I won't let that happen, and I'm so sorry. And when I was my true authentic self and I said those words, I'm sorry, I literally like started crying. And it wasn't tears of pain or sorrow, it was tears of happiness. It was tears of joy knowing that I had conquered myself in that moment. I had the devil on my right shoulder saying, no, you don't need to say sorry or anything. Then I had God on my left shoulder saying like, yo, just say this and you're going to feel a lot better. And I swear I felt so much better, and just by me opening up and understanding what the pain that he was going through, it made our relationship so much stronger. And I realized, and that guy Gabe, I still have one of the strongest relationships with him out of all my friends, and I believe that one experience that we had together had really like built a strong foundation. So when you guys are going through this journey of trading, it's not like you're paying, and this is why I tell you guys, be very, very, very careful who you actually invest into. You want to make sure that you can resonate with that person on a very, very high level. But when you guys are going through this journey of finding a mentor, it's not just like you're finding a mentor so they can teach you. The way that I perceive everybody that joins my program is I'm building a personal relationship with that person, and I'm going to be in their life and they're going to be in my life for the whole rest of my existence. And that's what it comes down to. Like, I have some students in my life that have brought massive value to me. We have a very, very close relationship, and some of you may be watching this right now. So I think that's one really big truth that you guys may need to hear is, like, you do need a mentor unless you want to go down the road of trying to learn on your own and you eventually get to a breaking point, or you just lose so much time and money in the process. Second truth is expectations. We like to set expectations for ourselves that are sometimes very, very unrealistic, and we set these expectations based on a result that we have seen from someone else. Now, there's two parts of this. The first part is someone else has done it, that means I could do it, for sure. But then there's the other part where you have to understand that somebody like me is on their chapter 50. I'm on my chapter 50 right now. And you may just be opening up that book like we see on the shelves behind me. You may just be opening up that book. And you have that expectation that you put on yourself to say, hey, I need to be at $50,000 a month like Colt. And if I'm not, then trading is a scam and it doesn't work. And when you come in with this certain expectation, and when that expectation isn't met, you're going to get very, very frustrated. So I think instead of building up an expectation, and a lot of people, they build up an expectation where it's a dollar amount. I need to make $10,000 a month from trading in 6 months, or it doesn't work. I need to quit my job within a year, or trading doesn't work. But what I've come to realize is that in order for you to see your life change, you first have to change. And that means changing the way that you act, the way that you think, the people that you surround yourself with, the foods that you eat. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're coming into this with an expectation of making $10,000 a month, but you haven't yet set the standard for yourself to be able to change, that's what needs to change first. You need to look inward. And I tell my students this all the time. The end result is not going to be appreciated unless you appreciate who you have become. So the whole focus when coming into this industry, no matter the stage that you're at, is the process. You becoming the best version of yourself to where you can look in the mirror and you can say with full confidence and certainty, I respect that motherfucker that I'm looking at right now. Dude, you're the one that I respect. One of my mentors, I was with him, and this is when I gave my life to God about 3 weeks ago, but I was with one of my mentors, and he said this one sentence to me that was a shock, but I needed to hear it. And as much as I didn't want to hear it, I needed to, and it helped me reach new levels so quickly. But I was with my mentor, and he understands like my day-to-day life and everything that I do and who I am as a man. And he literally told me, he said, you know, Colt, if I was to bet on you, I wouldn't bet on you. You wouldn't have my bet. And coming from someone that I looked up to and I respected, for them to tell me that they wouldn't bet on me, that was like a sword going right through my heart. And it wasn't a bad thing. He just wanted more for me in my life. And this is what this whole talk is coming down to. It's just, I'm that one individual that's going to be real, raw, and uncut with you and tell you that I want to see you become the best version of yourself. I want to see you push yourself to limits that you have never pushed yourself to. And when we see people that are doing what they don't need to do. They're inheriting self-discipline. They're doing the hard work. Dude, you become a beacon and an example to millions of other people. That's why I love YouTube. I love Instagram. I love TikTok, because it's a way for me to express myself and my beliefs to the rest of the world. And not everyone is going to resonate with me and my beliefs, and that's completely fine, but I know that there are going to be a large majority of people that do. And by me coming out and expressing the way that I feel and the way that I think life should be lived, that's going to motivate and inspire so many people to operate in the same manner. So I really want you guys to just sit with yourself and figure out, why are you doing this trading thing? Is it because you want to make money to show your ex, hey, I made it? Is it to prove a family member wrong? Because it's going to take more than you just looking at the charts every single day. Your day-to-day life is a reflection of your trading. Your trading results are a reflection of your day-to-day habits and decisions. So if you don't like the results on your screen, it's time to dig deeper and start asking yourself, why did I take that trade when there wasn't a setup? And you start to understand, okay, it looks like I'm a little impatient. What do I need to do? Meditation is a great place to start. You can look in your everyday habits and you can maybe understand, and this was something that I understood, is I was never able to be present. I was always thinking about what I'm going to do in the next hour, the next day, the next week, the next month. I was constantly rushing myself, but being present is your best friend when it comes to conquering patience. Being able to be in this moment. There's sometimes when I make these YouTube videos and I'm like, oh, I can't go over 10 minutes. Not a lot of people are going to watch it. I'm thinking about the thumbnail. I'm thinking about the title. I'm thinking about all these things as I'm recording the YouTube video, and that's stopping me from being present and aware in that exact moment. So, telling you guys this right now, trading is one of the hardest things, one of the hardest industries to be successful in, because it requires so much self-work, and a lot of people don't want to do that self-work. It's hard. It is so hard to look in the mirror and take full responsibility and say, do you know what? My life is the way that it is right now because of every decision that I have made in the past. It's hard to admit that. It's hard to admit that you have a problem that's stopping you from leveling up in life. But once you can admit that to yourself, it brings a lot of peace and clarity, and it helps you understand what needs to be done to reach the next level in life. So I hope that you guys are ready for the next couple of years. These next couple of years are going to be very difficult for all of us. It's not a bad thing. A seed grows in darkness. A seed has to go and be under the soil for a certain period of time before it can sprout through the ground. And then it sees the sunlight every single day. And it becomes this beautiful plant or tree one day, this beautiful flower that blossoms out. And the same thing applies for every single one of you. It's not supposed to be easy. And if you think it's going to be easy, you should maybe look into a different industry. It's going to be hard, very, very hard. But if you do want to make the type of money and you want to see the success from trading that you say you desire, buckle up. Buckle up, my friend. It's going to be hard. But I'm telling you, that dirt road, those rough seas, they're so difficult right now to be involved in. But that beautiful white sand beach with that margarita and that beautiful wife or husband of yours and the kids and the family in the house, it's right on the other side of the pain that we want to avoid. A lot of people want to avoid pain, but once you can learn to accept pain for what it is, you grow. That's what it's all about. You don't grow by staying the same person that you are today. That's why God puts us through these tests. Because if you do want to reach the next level, you got to pass these small little levels that we're on right now. It's like video games, like Mario. You got to pass the small levels to get to the bigger levels, and once you pass the bigger levels, you get a bigger prize. It's as simple as that. So thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk today. I hope that you guys got value, and maybe when you're feeling down, save this video for later. When you're having one of those days where you take a loss or you're just all in your thoughts, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I promise you that. We've all gone through these hard times and dark times, and that's why I fully believe in Heavenly Father and my God, because He's given me proof that I can go through hard times and I'm always going to get through it. So guys, I appreciate you all watching this video. See you guys later. Peace. Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.